Welcome back to your afternoon edition of Coffee Time with TD, part 2 of your debate recap. Move over, Rover, and let Jimmy take over. Now, let's get to it. Let's get stuck in. Kamala Harris, absolutely brilliant. As I said in part 1 earlier, loved it when she attacked Donald Trump and he had to sit there and squirm. Loved it. Especially when she started talking, about the debates, because that's all Donald Trump cares about is his fucking debate size. Loved it. I wish she hadn't have shaken his hand at the beginning. That's just me. He certainly did not come over to her. She went to him. I know the respect thing, all that bollocks, but I really wish that she hadn't have shaken his hand because he's not on her level. He's a parasite. He's a parasite. And, she, like I said, he's beneath her. So, wasn't really happy about that. But that's just me being an asshole and nitpicking. Other than that, strong performance. Very strong. Prosecutor Harris came out. But I'm heaping my praise on Kamala Harris's performance. Yes. But this has to be said because I feel like this will impact voters and who they vote for more than anything. Kamala Harris was strong, right? Everything she did, strong, on point, focused, attacked, everything. Loved it. Loved watching Donald Trump stand there and squirm. When you vote in November, and I'm speaking to everyone out there, I want you to think about this. Am I actually going to vote for a man who stood up on stage and said that pets, dogs, cats, were being eaten? I want you to think about that. That level of lunacy that was on full display of the world. And every single thing he said about immigration and hundreds of millions of people being released from insane asylums and prisons and Venezuela and all this stuff. We knew he was going to get up there and spew lies, right? We knew that. That is who he is. And the moderators just, sat there with their thumbs up their asses and did not say, Mr. Trump, that's a lie. That is not true. The moderators let Donald Trump run with his lies, and that's why the two moderators, David Muir and Lindsey Davis, are parasites and at the top of my shit list. Also, Donald Trump talking about abortion and saying that, a baby was carried to term 9 months, and then alluding to, I guess, that the life was terminated after pregnancy. I want desperately for you to know what type of lunacy. And when people show you who they are, I am begging you to believe him. Do you realize the type of fucking lunacy that could be in the White House? And then J.D. Vance afterwards said, oh, we've got reports of dogs and cats being eaten. Everything. I want you to think about that. And I know there might not be things you like about the Democrats, Kamala Harris, Tim Walz. That is fine. No one is perfect. Every single person, Victor, I forget his last name, the dictator, Putin, Kim Jong-un, all these people that Trump idolizes and wants to be our dictators. I plead with you. Please, there are things that I don't like about Kamala Harris and the Democrats, but we cannot let this parasite into the Oval Office again. And again, I'm telling you, in 4 years, he will not leave office. He will have the Supreme Court, the House, the Senate, and the presidency. Last night, it was on full display, a unhinged man that will be in his 80s in office. I plead with you. You saw everything on full display of last night, who and what Donald Trump is, and who and what we could be letting in to the big seat, to the Oval Office. Did you ever think, do you realize what the rest of the world thinks of America? The monkey's asshole of the world, that they, Americans, have a presidential candidate that is saying people are eating dogs and cats and babies are carried to term and then decided to terminate the baby. The level of lunacy that this is. And I plead with you, because Kamala Harris last night stumped a mud hole in his ass, and there was a couple times she damn near made me cry with pride. But people, we have to do what's right. We have to fight like hell these next few weeks. Do something. Don't take more than you need. But most importantly, last night, even more than the job Kamala Harris did in kicking his ass, you saw what was on full display. The level of lunacy on full display that could come back to the White House. Please get out and vote. Kamala Harris, Tim Walz. Even though there's things you might not like about them, last night you saw what life could be. And the absolute insanity and terror that could rain down on America and the world if he gets back in the Oval Office. That more than anything, again, I am super proud of Kamala Harris's job last night. But the lunacy and the lies, everything, we can't let it happen. I will see you tomorrow. Lots of love. Grande Beso. Get out and vote. Get out and talk to people. And please, let's everyone do our part. I'm sending you all of my love, and in no way, shape, or form can we let this man get back in the Oval Office. See you tomorrow. Lots of love. Grande Beso. Don't take more than you need. And remember, do something.